Right friends, welcome back to the 6th capsule. This is the 6th and the last capsule for 29th week. This is on jobless growth, and all of you are familiar with the Labor Bureau. This is under the Ministry of Labor and Employment, and please don't forget this Labor Bureau headquarters is in Chandigarh, and once in 3 months it releases quarterly survey on changes in employment in selected sectors. And please look into this slide. This is the top sheet of quarterly survey on changes in employment in selected sectors released by Labor Bureau under the Ministry of Labor and Employment, and this headquarters is in Chandigarh. And the 8 sectors it tracks: textiles and apparels, then leather sector, then metals, then automobiles, gems and jewelry, transport sector, IT and business process outsourcing sector, at the same time power looms and handloom sector. So these are the 8 sectors for which the quarterly survey on changes in employment is released. And the first survey was conducted for the period October to December 2008, and the latest is 27th survey for July-September 2015, and it covers increase or decrease in both the direct and contract jobs. And if you look at the figures for July-September 2015, this is the 27th survey figures. These are the latest which are available, and the change in employment, that means the net additions in comparison to the previous quarter, are 1,34,000 in 8 sectors put together. The largest share is IT and BPO sector, 58,000 additions, metal sector 48,000, then textiles including apparels 28,000. That means almost all the jobs are added in IT, BPO, metals and textiles including apparel sectors, and growth in automobiles, transport, handlooms, then leather sector, then gems and jewelry almost stagnant with insignificant additions and insignificant reductions, right? So the changes in employment figures are 1,34,000 additions in these 8 sectors. And if you look at it further, as I have already told you, for the quarter July-September 2015, 1,34,000 additions are there, but in the previous quarter, that is April to June 2015, 43,000 reductions were there. That means the layoffs or the employment reduction was 43,000 in the previous quarter, and prior to that 64,000 addition, and still prior to that 1,17,000 additions. So the job market is not satisfactory, and clear picture you will get if you look at the average of 8 quarters. If you look at the average of 8 quarters during the recent times, that is 2013 to 15, average additions in jobs in 8 sectors around 1 lakh addition per quarter. And if you go back prior to that, average additions used to be 1,50,000. And if you go to 2009-11, during the initial time of the period for which this job additions report is available, that was around 3 lakh additions in these 8 sectors every quarter. So 2009-11, that means during the initial period of the report, that means during the initial period from which this quarterly report is released by Labor Bureau, during the initial period, job additions per each quarter used to be 3 lakh and subsequently came down to 1,50,000, now came down to 1 lakh. So this shows that there is a problem with the job market, and this can be termed as jobless growth. And you may ask, what are the probable reasons? Government is telling the GDP growth of between 7 to 8%, but job market is not satisfactory. Additions in jobs in recent times is falling, and the probable reasons are, first and the foremost is, it casts doubts about our GDP figures itself. We are growing at 7 to 8%. Several experts commented about the genuineness of these GDP figures, and other important aspect is more automation day by day. Then global downturn, several countries are not onto the growth path even now. Then country is becoming more and more import dependent. Then more jobs are being created in low paid services sector. That is another reason. So the $1 million question is, what is the way out? Right? It's very difficult to answer. Friends, with this, let us conclude capsule number 6. This is the last capsule for week number 29. Have a nice day. Please join for new set of glance and questions and answers. Thank you.